Hey everybody, it's Larry Paul, the mortgage answer guy with C2 Financial, and welcome to the weekend. We got a lot to cover, so I'm going to jump right in. So one of the questions that I get asked a lot is, how's the inventory? Well, we're at 1,556 homes for sale in Orange County as of, what was that, the middle of March. Pre-pandemic, we were at 6,532. In 2019 in mid-March. So that means that we're at 25% of the level of homes for sale as we were back in 2019. So it's not very good for buyers right now. It's great for sellers. Part of the problem is that new homes, and this is just resale numbers, but new homes are also, they can't complete homes because of the chip shortages and other shortages that they're having. And there's just not as many homes on the market because Wall Street investors bought up so many houses when the foreclosures in 2006, 2007, they turned them into rental properties and they never came back onto the marketplace for people to be able to buy. So that's a big problem. So what about demand? You know, you can't really look at supply without putting it in perspective of where's the demand. Demand is still high. As you can see, millennial buyers right here is where we're at. So they're at the peak as far as, their birth rates and when they should be in the marketplace. 33 years old is the average age for first-time home buyers. Low interest rates have been fueling demand. They're a good point to maybe a point and a half or point and three quarters higher than they were a year ago. I'll explain to you why I'm saying that much higher in just a minute. But government stimulus, that's, I think, dwindling to a certain extent. That might cool demand a little, but you still got like the, infrastructure bill. When they start spending that, there's going to be a lot of people flush with cash that are working. Employment numbers are good right now. So demand may continue higher. Investors are still 27% of the marketplace. So we'll see what that does. So the next thing I want to look at is inflation and how is inflation affecting us. So, we've been having these same, inflation has definitely been fueling the interest rates. So that might cool demand. But let's take a look. So back here, this is when President Biden became president. Prior to that, we had inflation running around 2 to 3%, which is a good rate. That's what the Fed likes. Now we're up. We've been, since he's come into office, inflation has actually been rising steadily up to 3, 4, 6, 7, and we're probably heading up to 10% now. And so inflation fuels higher interest rates. Is interest rates going to slow down the marketplace? Is that enough? Well, we're going to see. But part of that, you have to look at it in conjunction with people are not only going to be having higher payments for their house, but they're going to be paying more for fuel. They're going to be paying more for food. They're paying more for rent when they're trying to save up for that house. They're going to be paying more for consumer goods of all kinds. And with the war in Ukraine, the energy prices now, right here, are starting to shoot up. They've already shot up even more than they've been for the last year. So that is going to have some negative effect as far as it's going to cool the marketplace a little bit. But how much remains to be seen. I'm going to show you what the payment is doing, but then we're going to put it in perspective, okay? So in 2021, according to the National Association of Realtors, the median home price in Orange County was $825,000, with 20% down, and some people put 5%, some 10, but with 20% down, $165,000. That's a required down payment at 20. $660,000 loan, 3.5% average interest rate, then maybe 3.25, 3.5 is what people were averaging back a year ago. Your principal, interest, taxes, and insurance altogether were just under $4,000. Your qualifying income was around $9,200. That's what you had to make to qualify for that payment. Okay, now let's take a look. Again, National Association of Realtors, they said the median home price in the end of February went up to $1 million. Big jump, right? $200,000 to get at 20% down. So that's another $35,000 down. Might be hard for some people to save, don't know. 80% loan is 800,000. Now here's where we got to stop for a second. Anything over 647,200 is in Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, conventional conforming loans. That is a high balance loan. Now this year, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac have added on a big premium to the price, the cost of a loan. So that means that when you're getting a loan, instead of paying 4%, which is what you would pay for, let's say, a $600,000 loan right now, you'd be getting a 4% rate. Well, Fannie, Freddie, thank you very much. It's 4 3/4 now. And the reason for that is with that extra fee on there. Now you may be looking at, anyway, long story short, you could buy that rate down. You could pay points. And some people will be advertising those rates with as much as 2 or 3 points, but that's $16,000 to $24,000 more in cost just to buy that rate down. So let's see it at 4 3/4. Your principal, interest, taxes, insurance goes to $4,801. That's a 21% increase in your monthly payment, and it's a 21% increase in the amount that you need to make to qualify. So instead of $9,200, now you need $11,000. Just over $11,000 monthly income to qualify, or almost $2,000 more. Is that going to take some people out of the market? Absolutely. It's definitely going to hit the first-time home buyers. But the issue here is, are we seeing it yet? No, not at all. We're not seeing the market slow down. We're not seeing shorter lines out in front of the houses for sale or the open houses. We're not seeing, we're still seeing multiple offers on properties. And we're still seeing prices selling over the asking price, or the houses selling over the asking price. And why? If affordability is going down, why aren't we seeing it in the marketplace? And that's because there's such an imbalance in supply and demand. When you have that many more people, there's still a lot of people that can afford it than there are houses for sale. So how long will it take the market to catch up remains to be seen. But that's what we got going on. So we haven't seen it yet. So let's jump back in and let's look at, so how are we seeing this relationship to supply and demand? Its market time is now about 20 days. You can see here, it's an out of control, insane, crazy market when it's 20 days between the time that the realtor puts a sign in the ground and the time that that house goes under contract and you open escrow is only 20 days, when up to 90 days is still considered a seller's market. So 20 days is out of control seller's market. And that causes the market to, have all the things we already talked about, the increased prices, and as well as the, multiple offers, and on and on. And that's what we're still seeing. So remember that if you're out shopping for a house this weekend, I'm here to help you, whether you're a buyer or a realtor taking your buyers out. Please feel free to call me. My number's here on the screen. You can call me. You can send me an email. You can go on my website, mortgageanswerguy.com. And remember, before you buy, sell, or refi, call the Mortgage Answer Guy.